Welcome to What's the Score from the Blue Room. Last week I was in quarantine. This week I'm in exile. I am down at the Brick Lane guest house in London. It might look like a hostage situation, but I have actually chosen to stay here tonight. Probably as crazy a decision as anyone who's got a ticket for the derby at Anfield, which is Everton's next game after that unlucky defeat, inevitable, predictable defeat at Leicester City. A lot of people really writing us off for this one, and rightly so. The Reds are flying. We're doing anything but flying. It's the sort of game that I think in the 90s I would have secretly fancied us to get something or maybe even win, because as shite as we were in the 90s, we knew how to win a derby from time to time. That just seems to be something that's completely eluded us now, and fairy tales don't happen to us, do. I mean, if you look at it, if you think back to the Joe Royle's first derby in charge, the odds were probably as stacked against us then as they are now, aside from the fact that we were at home. But we went out and won that. I just can't see us doing it this time. That sort of thing just doesn't happen to Everton anymore, and that sort of thing certainly doesn't happen to Liverpool. So I'll save my match prediction and I'll let you see what everyone else thinks. It's predictably pessimistic, but here we go. Here's what everyone else from the Blue Room thinks will happen at the Anfield derby.
What's up, Blue Roomers? Here to make a prediction for the trip to Anfield tomorrow. Don't know what to say after everything that happened Sunday. We all just kind of assume it's all going to go bad anyway, but I do think that we'll give a spirited effort. We all know kind of how this ends, and obviously they're a better team by miles right now. I'm going to go 3-1 Reds. That's probably being generous, but I think we're going to come out with some spirit, and maybe for right now, that's as much as we can expect.
It is the most wonderful time of the year. Everton are going to Anfield. We always seem to play Liverpool around Christmas time, don't we? And I don't think anyone's looking forward to this one, are they really? After what happened on Sunday at Leicester, given the way the Reds are playing at the moment, given what seems like an inevitable departure of Marco Silva, it's really difficult to see Everton getting a result in this one. Obviously, we've done okay against Liverpool on the Marco Silva in the past. Scoring goals has been an issue for us against the Reds, certainly in this fixture down the years. But yeah, I'd love to sit here and say I think Everton are going to turn up. I'd love to sit here and say I think that this is going to be a turning point in our season, maybe the antithesis of what we had last year. But I can't see Everton going to Anfield and getting anything, unfortunately. I think they're making a tight game at times. I think they'll frustrate Liverpool at times. But their quality, their defensive class and their ability to grind out results at the moment will see them to a win. Hope I'm wrong, but I think it's going to be 2-1 Liverpool.
Hey boys, here's my prediction for the derby on Wednesday night. I think we're going to be looking at a 4-1 defeat. Oh, it kills me to even say it, up the toffees.
I'm pretty sure you'll all forgive me for not showing masses of optimism for this one. If recent history has taught us anything, is that Everton do not go to Anfield and play well, regardless of the form going into it. And of course, the form going into this derby is pretty rock bottom. We're a side that are massively devoid on confidence. And if we put aside our own problems for a second, then we're going up against what we all hate to admit is one of the best teams in Europe at the moment. Loads of attacking talent. We've got a defence that looks relatively frail against any form of opposition, never mind the type of player that we're going to come up against on Wednesday night. And you just don't get any sense of confidence in the attacking lineup that we are capable of going there and causing one of Europe's best defenders and one of the world's best defenders massive problems. It's going to have to be a spirited first half and certainly first hour performance that we eventually saw from an Everton side at Leicester at the weekend. But there needs to be something on the back of that. There needs to be a bit more resilience at the back. There certainly needs to be a little bit more firepower and some form of creativity going forward. But I don't think we've seen anything from Everton in recent weeks, or certainly in recent years at Anfield, that inspires you to think that we are capable of causing that upset. It would, of course, be a massive, massive result for Marco Silva and Everton, as much as he is very much scraping the barrel for positivity at the moment. this would of course cement his name in Everton legacy in recent years. That's how bleak it is, and they're the types of victories that we cling to. That said, I think if I was going to be incredibly optimistic here, I'll probably say that we'll go down to a narrow defeat. It'll be a spirited one, but you just can't envisage a situation whereby Everton score more than one and Liverpool don't do that. So I think I'll be massively optimistic here and say that Everton just about go down to a 2-1 defeat. Prove me wrong, Blues.
Some predictably pessimistic predictions there, but it really is difficult to see how we're going to get anything out of this game. If we take a little look back at the weekend to sort of see how this one might play out, I think going 5 at the back was a good decision. Basically, since Garner left, I think it's been noticeable the pressure that's been put on the defence because he's not there as that last line before the last line, if you get what I mean. And I think any formation that gives Morgan Schneiderlin less time on the pitch is fine by me because the fella does nothing. He really doesn't. So I think if we go 5 at the back again, to be honest, I would go with the same team because it did okay. I know we got beat still, and predictably, because I didn't think we got leathered at Leicester. I actually thought we'd win, to be honest. But Leicester weren't great. We played okay, but it just wasn't enough because that seems to be what happens to this team. We just don't make enough of the pressure we have. And then we do get things like that where Sidibe stays down, the added minutes are on at the end, they score in that time, it goes to VAR, he's not offside. That just happens to this team, it seems. When you can't catch a break, you cannot catch a break. But I hope that doesn't dissuade Marco Silva from picking the same team and or formation for Anfield, because I think that's our best hope of keeping them at bay and maybe catching them on the break. It's going to be a completely different game to how it was last year. I think on Mailbag, someone said that was our sliding doors moment. Had Andre Gomez scored that header, then Jordan Pickford may not throw that one in. Our season may not have that sort of downturn in December. May have qualified for Europe. It may have been so different. We've not got the luxury of that this season because we're on our arse, basically. But I do hope it doesn't dissuade us from playing the same formation and the same team, basically, because I think they did all right. I think they deserve another crack at it, and basically I don't see how we've got any other options but to do that. My prediction, I think it'll run pretty similar to the Leicester game at the weekend. I think we'll play all right. I don't think we'll get leathered. I think the last time we got leathered at Anfield, when John Stones literally shit himself, the players are down tools, the players bottled it, they'd given up on Martinez. I still don't think that's the case with Marco Silva. I think you saw on Sunday, they're still playing for him. It just isn't working, and that's the brutal fact of the matter, I think. So I think it will be a close game. I think we'll get beat 2-1 again. Maybe 1-0. Something really shit will defeat us though. The way we're gonna get beat is something's gonna happen in our area. We're gonna go up the other end and score the winner or the equaliser. Yeah, either 1-0 winner or we'll equalise for 1-1 or 2-2 or something. As we're celebrating, it'll go to VAR. It will pull the game back for an infringement in our area. Let's say Mane's took a dive, but it's been given as a penalty. So we'll get a goal cancelled out because VAR saw something that happened in the area before that move started. They'll get a penalty. They'll either win 1-0 or 2-1. And that'll be that. I mean, it's pretty much written in the stars that that's the only way I can think of that we've not been beaten at Anfield now after last year's ridiculous defeat. The one at Goodison with Mane where it bounces off the post and goes directly to him. Couldn't have gone anywhere else. We're looking for different ways to get beat there now, and I think that's pretty much how it will go. Pessimistic, I know, but I can't see any other result, to be honest. It's really not nice to think of it like that, but that's how it is. We haven't actually got any odds from FansBet this week, basically because it was away on Matt's stag do, and I'm just catching up with things now, and I've completely forgotten about this game and the video and everything. But if you want to put a bet on, go and see what odds Fans Bet are offering at fansbet.com. While you're there, have a look at what they do for the fan initiatives up and down the country. They give 50% of all their profits to fan initiatives, so go and see what they're doing there. Remember to gamble responsibly, and whatever you're doing tomorrow night, fingers crossed we can enjoy the game, fingers crossed we get a result. If not, bollocks to it, up the toffees.